What's going on, my Flybee family? It's your boy Izzy. Welcome if you're new. So I'm going to skip the intro because we're cutting it kind of close. I know the game is about to come on. So basically, man, I ended up running into some of the CBA negotiation that's going on. Of course, the players have rejected it. And I did show y'all what Satou Sabally said a while back. I think maybe like 2-3 days ago. But yeah, she said it was a slap in the face. Now, you also have Breanna Stewart with Owen Pence up here saying Breanna Stewart this morning after shoot around on CBA negotiations. She ended up stating absolutely frustrated. Anytime you go back and forth, you're not expecting to hear that yes on the first proposal, but you're expecting to have a conversation. They kind of just ignored everything we said. Oh my goodness, man. Talk about spitting in their face. Now, like I stated before, I don't know what they are expecting to get, but it's not going to be a lot, man. It's not going to be a lot. They're going to get a little bit more, but they're not going to get everything that they want, man. I don't know necessarily what they're looking for. That's my biggest thing. Excuse me, I'm trying to release this video and while I make this video. But yeah, I don't know what they're looking for, man. I don't know what they're looking for. So it's continue right here and say, there'll be a pretty big meeting in Indy between both sides, and hopefully we'll be able to talk through it a little bit more rather than just email and messaging back and forth. So I wonder, man, like, what are they looking for? What is going on, man? Now, I did see the front office. They ended up posting something here. Let's take a look at this one, right? The clock is ticking on the WNBA and its union to agree to a new collective bargaining agreement, but the two sides appear to be far apart. The Phoenix Mercury Satou Sabally, a WNBPA player representative, told the media Tuesday that the WNBA sent a proposal to the union, the video I showed y'all basically, and said it was a slap in the face, right? Let's see. WNBA announced 3 new expansion teams that will bring the league to a record 18 franchises. Now, although they're getting these franchises, the thing to realize is that money is going to be spread even more thin now that you're adding these other franchises. I don't think people are thinking about that too. You know, they're getting all this money to build that organization, build those organizations, if you will. But the money, the pot, is going to be split even more. So you have to think about that, man. You're expanding extremely fast here, and you're stretching that pot thin. Let's just continue to see what they're saying here, though. I love to see the league growing, but how cool would it be? Oh, this is Satou. A source close to the negotiations told Front Office Sports that the WNBA sent the proposal to the union last week, and that it's the first proposal the league has sent. The source confirmed that the players felt the initial proposal wasn't entirely responsive to their requests. Now, of course, I think you're going to have that back and forth. I remember, I'll let y'all know, I was in cahoots with Underdog, and we was going back and forth on an agreement, and it just didn't work out. Of course, they tried to lowball me a little bit, or whatever the case may be, but that's a part of negotiating, right? It's a tactic. Hey, I'm going to give you this. Let's see if we can get them for this. And if you don't know your worth, you're going to end up accepting whatever is thrown at you. So you have to know your worth. And apparently that's what the women here are saying. But at the same time, it's like, do you really know your worth? I mean, we see who are making the big numbers, who's getting the viewership. It's a lot dealing with the Indiana Fever. Now, if it was across the board, right, I think they'll have something to argue here. But, you know, it's mainly one player that's bringing all this cahoots to chaos. It's only one player doing it, man. So I don't necessarily know what leverage do they feel like they have right now, honestly, in my opinion. Last week, Indiana Fever players Sophie Cunningham and Sydney Colson read a prepared statement. I think a few players have done this to the media on behalf of the union ahead of their nationally televised game against the Las Vegas Aces. As the league grows, they say, it's time for the CBA that reflects our true value. We are fighting for a fair share of business that we built, Cunningham said. In part, the WNBA did not respond to a request for comment. So here's the WNBA's financial situation, right? The league agreed to a record 11-year, $2.2 billion media rights deal alongside the same partners as the NBA. That number has That number has already grown due to a multi-year extension the WNBA signed with Scripps Sports. ESPN reported last year that the final deal could be worth close to $3 billion, a $270 million average annual value that would be more than 4 times what the league previously received. Front Office Sports reported that the WNBA also received $250 million in expansion fees for its 3 new franchises. Now, that's big money. That's big money, but once those facilities and franchises are built, that money, that 42% that is coming to the league, it's going to be stretched even more thin, fam. About 80% of the league's players are free agents next year in anticipation of exponential increases in their salaries. However, the addition of more teams, a 50% increase from 24 to 30, also dilutes the revenue pot. That's what I'm saying, man. People aren't thinking about that. That's crazy. Roster expansion will have the same effect. See? Hey, man. That's why I don't think they need to go too fast. Like, yeah, you just added one. You're adding another one next year. I think you're adding 2 next year. So it's like, man, I don't know. Might want to slow it down just a tad bit, fam. The WNBA has also faced financial woes in past years. The Washington Post reported last year that the league has lost an average of $10 million per year since its founding. Yo, I think you need to just slow it down a tad bit, man. Slow it down. And you need to get Caitlin in the room, man. Get Caitlin in the room. At this point, if they're not listening to you all, you need to get the main money person in the building, the cash cow. You need to get her in the room, man. Get her in the room. Allow her to sit down and spread her piece. All right? Let her share her piece, man. I don't necessarily know what all they are trying to get. Now, they're getting the facilities, right? They're getting a bigger staff. I do feel like they should probably add more roster slots instead of more franchises right now, but they already done hit full go on those franchises, so I don't think they can reel it back now. I don't think they can. I want to see how some people feeling about this, man. The big meeting will be in Indiana. Reach out to CC and throw your pride, for crying out loud. That's what I'm saying, man. You're meeting in the right spot to have the right person in there. Get her in there. It's as simple as that. Case in point. Okay. They're showing everybody who was a part of it, Nafisa, Brianna. Yeah, you need to get the right people in there, man. The fact that the public is on the side of the owners right now does not help matters. It don't, man. They just can't get out of their own way. Unless she's a team rep, then the big dog in question is Sophie or Aaliyah. Can you imagine the hatred and jealousy if CC is the only one they listen to? Oh, the think pieces from the Hatelins. Man, honestly, it's not even about that. It's about them coming together and knowing who to have at that table, man. Put Caitlin at the table so y'all can get some help, fam. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this whole situation. Do you think they'll get what they want, or do you think, man, they might be doing a sit out come next year? Let me know in the comment section. I love y'all. Y'all keep it smooth.